Hey guys, welcome to a PS4 trophy walkthrough of Outlast. We are going to play this on insane difficulty. And this says here, insane mode is the ultimate heart attack experience, maximum difficulty and no checkpoints. If you die, all progress is lost and you'll start over at the beginning. Are you ready to suffer? Well, no, we're not, but we're going to go ahead and select yes anyways. And for those who are curious, Insane Mode is an exclusive new game mode on the PS4 version of the game. And if you're a PC player out there and have played this on Nightmare difficulty, it's the same thing except it's a permadeath. So what we're doing here is we're going to do a speed run on this insane difficulty. And this is a Let's Play video, but more importantly, I'm going after the Lunatic Trophy. And you get that trophy when you do complete the game. And throughout this little walkthrough speed run thing here, I'm going to just kind of give you some general tips and things to do and look out for. And let's first kind of talk about Nightmare difficulty. Nightmare difficulty is, if you played it on normal, it's similar to that. However, you can only carry 2 spare batteries with you. So you'll get your one in the camera and then plus 2 extra ones. In addition to that, the enemies are going to be tougher. You only can take 1 hit from the big guys like Chris Walker and the Doctor. And the lesser, weaker ones, you can take 1 hit from them and still survive, which is good because we're going to run past a lot of them and we're going to take a hit every now and again. So let's we're going to kind of get our camera out here. We're going to test it, make sure it works. You don't really do this, the game does this on its own, but there you go. So it works. And as soon as we get out of the car here, we're going to start running. I did find doing this, running through it, to be kind of the easiest way to do it. In addition to, if you die, you don't want to put 2 or 3 hours into the game. That kind of sucks. And this is probably my 3rd attempt, I think. Now, I did practice on Nightmare mode, and if you play on Nightmare and do practice on Nightmare, you have checkpoints, more importantly. So if you die, you can restart it. So you can just keep redoing a section until you get good at it and get comfortable at it. Kind of recommend you load up a game on Nightmare, go to a difficult section and create a manual save. That way you can keep replaying that section over and over until you feel pretty comfortable with that section. So here we are, we're in the asylum. It's a scary place. There's actually a battery here in the first room on the left that I skip. I should have probably picked it up, but I'm going for speed here. And one of the keys to playing this on Insane or Nightmare mode is to manage your battery life. And you want to do that by not using it whenever possible. So I've been through this part, so I know how to navigate the library here. And I'm going to merge on the other side. And I'm going to cut out any lengthy cutscenes just for time purposes. If this is your first time watching this game, or seeing this at all, I highly recommend you just watch my normal game walkthrough, where I do it chapter by chapter, and I just skipped a little cutscene there, because you're not going to get a real good, true sense of this game. A lot of it is the atmosphere, the sound, the music. It's not very scary when you run through it, as you'll see if you continue watching this. Go through the TV room there. There's a note there if you record that. I do have an entire playlist of all the collectibles in the game, so I highly recommend you do that as well. Of course, when you're going for the collectibles and notes and documents, the documents are little blue folders you can pick up. Notes are things you record with your camera. But if you're going to do that, do it on the normal difficulty. That way you have pretty much unlimited battery life on your camcorder. Not literally unlimited, but I don't think I ever had less than 6 spare batteries on my first run through this game. So it was real easy. But here, of course, we only have 2 spare batteries. So you're going to see me going through a lot of dark areas, which again, you don't, if you've never played this game, some of this isn't going to make sense. So you go into the security thing here. You're going to hit the control panel. And we're going to have a little friend of ours is going to hit the power. And at that point, we're going to have Chris Walker come in after us for the first time. He appears throughout much of the game. It almost feels like there's multiple copies of him. I'm not entirely sure how he seemed to be everywhere at once. So we're just going to wait for him to come knocking on this door. Now, you don't have to wait for him to leave the room. As soon as he turns his back, I'm just going to sprint right out of here. And he doesn't even see us. So we're just going to go hightail it down to the basement. Now, the basement here, this is in the first chapter, the administration block. This is the first difficult part. This is where you can potentially die for the first time. You're going to go and need to turn on the power, but you're going to have to hit 2 gas valves first. There's a gas valve in 2 rooms. This is the first one. And as soon as you hit it, you're going to have one of the local residents, one of the inmates, or they call them variants, is going to come into this room. He's going to knock on the door. So I quickly go ahead and hit the 2 gas valves there. And then I'm going to hide, and he's going to, you can see him here, trying again to save on the battery life. I'm going to come into the room. He's going to think he's all smart and everything and assume I'm in here, which I am, but he's dumb and won't check under the bed. Then I'm going to wait for him to path out of the room. And at which point you just got to go hit the electrical breaker in the back. And ideally, I'd kind of like him to follow me. Because if you get him in the back here, when you're running back to go hit the electrical switch to turn on the power again, if you cross his path back here somewhere, I'm going to hide in the locker, but if you cross his path, you can run right past him and you'll have enough time to hit the switch. Now, I think the best strategy here is wait for him, if he does come into the room, like he did right there, he just passed, I don't know if you saw it, is I should have sprinted right out of the locker right at this moment. And I didn't. That's kind of a fatal mistake I made here, but we're still going to do it. And when you're playing and you have a permadeath situation, it gets a little more intense. You feel that heart rate kind of going up. But yeah, I should have left the locker when he passed by the locker. So what's going to happen is I'm going to actually run into him in this hallway right around this corner. Now I'm recording this audio commentary track post-production. And when you're playing a game and you die and you have to start all over, I didn't want to kind of lose focus, so I did this, recorded the audio track afterwards. But when you run past him, if you don't run past him far enough back down that hallway, though, he will get you when you hit that button. So after that, you just run all the way back up to the security room again. And that's going to be the end of this first chapter. So the first chapter is fairly easy. We're going to have a little cutscene here, but of course I cut that out for time purposes. And now we're going to wake up in this creepy cell. And if you take out your camera, here's another note location. Again, I don't get all the notes or any of the documents, I believe, in this insane run. So make sure you check out my collectible guide, because there are 2 trophies related to that. And we're going to have this door open for us here in a second by this creepy asshole. Not entirely sure what he was doing there, but Jump down here into the cell. We're going to turn left. Not going to turn the light on. I know there's a jump here and another jump to climb up. There's another note location. We're just going to go skip right past that. So this game is, and if you've played it, you know it, but it's scary as fuck. It's very intense. There's a lot of moments. After I played it the first time through, I actually played it through twice. It becomes far less scary, but there's still moments where I still get scared and jump. Kind of forget about those moments when you open a door and there's something behind it. Alright, so we're going up to the 3rd floor here. And down the drain. And here's our first encounter with a potential death situation in this prison block chapter. You don't have to worry about that guy yet, but when you go through this door here, there is a battery. So go ahead and grab that if you need it. As soon as you open this door, there's going to be a guy here. You can sprint, hit the button, and hopefully get out of the room before he kills you. But most likely that's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is hit that, open that door and run all the way back here to the holding cells. And quickly climb under the bed. Now, I could have shut the door behind me. If you do that, they'll give you an extra like 10 seconds or so to hide. Now he's going to go through that. He's going to come back and get me. He's going to actually go through a locked door there. So as soon as you hear the metal clinking of the door opening, you know he's gone forever. He won't bother you again. At which point, we're going to go back and hit that button. And when you do, the other guy that was just kind of standing there minding his own business is going to come running after you. Now, luckily for us, this guy over here can't kill you in one hit. So feel free, hit the button, and then just sprint back to your destination. So we're going to meet him in the hall over here. And do a rope-a-dope there. Take our one hit. Again, if you get hit a second time, you're going to be dead, and you'll respawn right back outside the asylum. But you go through this door here, and you're in the clear. Now from here, you just got to get past these guys by shimming around the outside of the windows. They're not exactly smart. They saw you go out here. So we're going to make our way over. The next, I'd say, difficult section in this chapter is going to be a little later on when you fall down to the basement onto the pile of bodies. But there is a quick and easy method to get past that part, which of course I'll show you here, but it'll take us just a minute before we get there. So now we got the key card. We're going to go through the door. Take our path through the showers. I'm not entirely sure why our hero Miles at this point hasn't got, just said to himself, fuck this, I'm leaving. He's sent here. He got an anonymous tip that there was some abuse with the patients. But I really think if it were me at this point, I just would have backtracked and headed out, but that would make for a very short game. Alright, so we're going to go back here. This is a very dark area. As you can see, I just kind of whip out the camcorder just for seconds, just for navigation purposes, steer me in the right direction. So I opened that door first, that gate. I have a tendency to open doors I know I'm going to eventually have to go through, if at all possible. I don't think it'll matter here, but you'll see it actually pays off in a later chapter. In the, I think it's the male ward. So we're going to jump down here. Chris Walker was chasing us, but we were too quick, so you didn't even see him. And you're going to fall on this delicious pile of bloody bodies. quite disturbing. One of the more disturbing visuals in this game, and the visuals in this game are great. Not exactly stretching the PS4 capabilities, but nonetheless, it's still pretty good. The lighting, the music, everything. So right here, as soon as I get up, I'm going to hightail it real quick, run, and jump over the railing on the right there. And that won't even give Walker a chance to get us. So we're going to just swing around. Again, conserve that battery life whenever possible. As soon as you squeeze through here, you'll be clear of Walker. And then we're going to head into the 3-story jail cell area. So that's pretty much it for the prison block chapter. There's not really much else that can kill you. I guess if you fall from the 3rd floor, I don't even know if it's possible, you would die. I make a jump over here. There's a document in the first cell on the left, but we're not going for that. So we're going to shimmy along here. We're going to enter a cell here coming up. And inside here there's a little hole in the wall that takes you through to another cell. I didn't use the camera, but that's what happened there. Alright, so we're going to jump down here and head to the right into this very gruesome wall rider room. And then we're going to make it into the sewers here. The sewers actually has a couple potential game killers for you. And the first one is going to when you need to take care of the flood by turning a couple valves, and you're going to run into your friend, of course, Chris Walker again. And wrong way. Alright, so you're going to merge out of this tunnel, and there's going to be a little gap you can squeeze through on the right. And then we're going to go sprint real quick to the first valve location. Walker doesn't see us, but as soon as you hit that valve, he will start coming towards you. Now, on Nightmare difficulty, in addition to the enemies hitting harder and having fewer battery life, you're going to make more noise. The enemies are going to be much more observant to noise. So we're going to go peek. He's coming. Now there's a way you can skip past him as he's jumping over that little jump there. You can jump the other way, but I don't recommend you do it. I was successful maybe 1 out of 3 tries on my practice run. So I'm going to close that door. And I'm going to hide in the left locker here, or the middle one. I think the better strategy, and I don't recommend you do what I do, but is hide on the other opposite side. There's some shelving. You can hide in the dark corner. And when he goes to open up a locker, you can sprint out of the room. And I take a chance and just bolt out of there when he's looking in the other locker. But I highly recommend you just go hide on the opposite side behind the shelving in the dark corner, and then as soon as he opens up the locker, you can sprint out behind him. So from there, we're going to go to the next valve location. And of course, Walker is going to head this way. As slow of a walking person as he is, he gets over to this side pretty quick. So I call shenanigans on that, but, you know, whatever. We're going to go through here now. I can try to sprint around him. And if I was quick, I can do it. But again, you know, when you only have a single life and there's no checkpoints, I'm not taking any chances. So at this point, I'm playing it safe. When I probably could have just gotten out of there, but I didn't want to have to play this all over again. And he's just sitting there waiting. So don't get too close to him. If you do, because again, you make noise, more noise, when you're playing on Nightmare or Insane mode. So if you get too close, he's going to turn back around and come back down this hallway. So just let him keep his distance. You don't want to get too close to him anyways. I think he kind of smells. I'd assume he was. People aren't showering in here, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't see any running water anywhere. Okay, now that he's far enough away for me to sprint behind him, he may see you, but he's not going to catch you. As soon as you get to here, you're safe. Now the next most difficult section will be towards the end when you're in the flooded basement area, in the flooded lower sewers. It's kind of scary down there. Kind of intense. I was worried. I had a feeling I was going to die, but the game always gives you that sense that you're about to die, even though you're not sometimes. And that's part of the really good audio, in-game audio this game has. So we're going to climb up here. And someone's peeking at us. That frightened me the first time I saw it. So now that we climbed up, there's going to be a door here on the left with another ladder that goes back down. Can't make up your mind, up and down. And we're trying to get to the male ward, so that's where we're heading. And we got this nice, wonderful river of blood down here. I guess this is where they dump the bodies. You'll see one drop in front of me there. So just keep sprinting. I just hold down that L1 button and just keep going. And we're going to go through another little tunnel here. Now it's dark. Again, conserve your battery life. You're not going to get turned around in here, so just, flash it on. Just when you make sure you see your turn. And we're going to make a right turn out of here. Now we're in that lower sewer section part I was talking about, the flooded area. It's really dark, so just try to do your best to conserve the battery. I have a quarter battery left with 2 spares. And we're going to jump back in the water. There's a stairs going up, and then we're going to swing around to the right. And straight in front of us, there's going to be a tunnel here just to the left. And this is the part that you can potentially die in. I know I've died there before. But what you need to do is you need to find the ladder going up. And if you look out in the distance, you'll see some light coming from the ceiling. So that's where we're trying to go. It's faint, but it's right in front of me there. When you're in this room, stay along the outer edge, because Chris Walker is pathing in the middle. So if you take a beeline straight to this location, he will find you. So we recommend just stay on the outside of that area, swing around to the left until you get close, and then make a break for it, because he's coming once you get close to it. And this is the final kind of tricky part, I guess. There's going to be a guy running down this hallway real fast. You can lose him by just doing a circle in here. Take the last door on the left. Oop, well, right turn there. So yeah, be careful there, because he's real fast. The enemies are much faster also on Nightmare difficulty. So that's it. That's it for the sewers. I'm not a fan of the sewers in any game. No good ever comes out of the sewers. So we're going to head into the male ward. And the male ward is, in my opinion, probably the hardest chapter. This, maybe the female ward, is also pretty difficult. But this one, this is the chapter with the Dr. Traeger. And that motherfucker can run and track you. And here in the beginning, you're going to have the a section with the chase. And while the chase itself is pretty easy, if you know where you're going, I did find that if you can easily miss the final jump on it. And that killed one of my insane runs. Kind of pisses me off when you died due to a jump. So we're going to climb up in this shaft here, and then we're going to drop down from this vent, and that'll initiate the chase sequence. Nice and dark, but I know if I just keep going straight, I'll eventually drop down. So here you go. This is where the chase is on. We're kind of timed. You can close doors behind you if you'd like. I just forget it. I don't bother with that. With the exception of the last door, which you don't have to do, but I recommend that you do. So just keep running. Just don't stop. Keep running. Burst into this room. Climb up here. Take a left out of here. Take a right. You're going to run into your pursuers. Go through this office. And now this is where the jump was at. I recommend you just kind of look maybe a little down just to make sure you jump at the last possible second. Because if you're looking up, it's just hard to get a good perspective on when the best time to jump is. So be careful there. And we're almost at the end. Of course, if you play this, you know no good comes at the end of this. Here's the final room. I shut the door. It gives you a few seconds to get into this dumbwaiter here. If you don't shut it, you're going to take one hit, but you should be able to get into this dumbwaiter as long as you press square fast enough. And at the top here, we're going to meet Dr. Traeger. And I'm going to cut this 5-minute cutscene out. We've lost our fingers, as you can see the blood pouring out of there. You use the right stick to wiggle out of there. By the way, if you don't do it, nothing happens. I took about a good 10-minute break there. And when I came back, I just kind of was sitting here waiting. All right, so here's the fun part with Traeger. This guy means business. But we're smarter than him. Well, I'm not so sure about that. We are here when we shouldn't be. So you're into this room. This dude is going to just keep talking and talking. And I kind of want to kill him myself. But we're just going to go hide behind this door. And in a minute, Traeger is going to come through this door to go kill his patient that's lying in the bed over there. So when he bursts in, we're just going to sneak around behind him. And we're going to actually do this not once, but twice to him. He falls for this trick. It's pretty easy. Here he comes. Door is going to fly open. And give him a minute so we can put some distance. All right, there you go. That's it for the first section. You can run back in here, and then you're going to have to jump up in this vent. And then we're going to reach the second, I think, the hardest part of this chapter right here. But we're going to jump down. And first thing I'm going to do is open this gate. So we're going to move this thing out of the way and then open the gate. But we're not going to go through there. Now we're going to head back, and we're going to go in the first room here on the left, the first big one. And then I'm going to go and open a door, because again, I like to preemptively open the doors. I'm going to open that, but I'm going to head back into this first room where Traeger is going to spot me. Once he does, the music kicks in. I'm going to hightail it through that open door and exit back out to the main hallway here. However, we're going to close this door. Now, you'll have plenty of time to move this thing out of the way and open this gate. So that's an easy way to get through that section. There are probably 100 other ways you can do it, but that's the way I do it. Do it however you like. And we're going to jump up here and go through a Another vent. There's 2 curves in this thing. And then we're gonna drop down again, and now we're in the hunt for the key to the elevator. You seem to always be hunting for keys in this game. So we're gonna head out that door and grab the key. Now you gotta go through that door on the left, but before you do that, Traeger's coming through it. So we're gonna run away and hide behind this door that I opened. I opened the right one there, so I'm gonna just hide behind it here in the corner. And he's gonna fall for this trick again. There you go. Now you're clear. Go ahead, get up, sprint through that other door to the elevator. And that's probably the hardest section in this chapter. And we went through that door we opened earlier. So now you know why I opened it.
I'm not giving up on you.
And there's our buddy. I'm telling you, he's everywhere. But he's gonna get what's coming to him. I don't think he's gonna stand in our way of our gold trophy. Alright, from there, obviously, you just exit out the top of the elevator shaft here. If we can get out of there. Okay, so yeah, head down these stairs. Again, try to keep your camera off if possible. I know there's a door there, so I just run straight to it. Now you're going to meet this dude here. He's going to tell you to meet you outside. I'm not entirely sure why we just don't break down that door. Doesn't look like those 2x4s and a couple nails can keep us out, but that would dramatically shorten the length of the game if we did that. All right, so now you're going into the burning cafeteria, and we're going to go and find the sprinkler systems. And this dude's gonna ramble over there. Go ahead and film him for a note.
Murkoff took so much from us. He used us. Turned us into these things because nobody cares about a future.
Okay, now that we made it out of here, we're gonna squeeze through a gap, and you gotta do a couple more valve turns. Kind of gets tedious. It seems to be the same quest and objective each time. And this time we're gonna have Walker in the area. So when you get in here, you can quickly sprint to the first one back here. Now, as soon as you hit the switch, Walker is gonna come looking for you again. So what you can do is there's a locker in there, but even better, I just hide behind this little white basket here. And we're just going to chill out here for a minute. I don't think he's actually going to enter this room. If you go in the locker, you can hear the locker close, so that'll draw him into that room, which is why I chose to hide here instead. So just wait a minute. The longer you wait, the better. Don't be too impatient. You don't want to unnecessarily kill yourself, especially this far into the game. We're about 30 minutes into the game, and also we're halfway there. All right, so now that we've given him enough time to come in here, turn around, we're just gonna hightail it to the other room. Now I'm making sure he's not here, because remember, he's gonna kill you in one hit, and you're dead. So we're going to squeeze through here. It doesn't matter if he sees you. These gaps are the best way to get out of the way of him, since he's too fat to squeeze through there. So go here and hit the second one. And then we're going to go back. And we're taking a chance here, but if you do it exactly like this, you'll have no problem doing it. he's going to be pretty much blocking the path in which we have to go. You're going to see him here on the right. We're going to make eye contact. But I'm going to head through this room, circle around. So I'm intentionally making him follow me. We need to go to the room in the left, but you can't do it until you lose Walker. So go head back through the squeeze gap here. And then make sure he paths away. For some reason, he'll just stay there for a minute. So I'm just going to kind of go into the offices here and see if I can find a battery, which I end up not finding one. I might not have looked hard enough, but I'm waiting for Walker to path away, so I'm killing some time. And we're gonna head back, see if he's gone. You could just hide out there and wait if you want to, but it looks like he's gone. But be careful, he can still be around the corner. So take a quick peek with your camcorder. And if he is there, just go right back through that gap again and just wait. Sprinklers are on. Walker is coming, so hightail it out of here. And then we're going to be... that pretty much does it for the male ward chapter. It's a long one. Nice some frame rate issues there. But yeah, that's it. And then in the next chapter, we're going to go outside. But not before pissing ourselves there. So we're gonna go try to find meet Dr. Martin or Father Martin or whatever his freaking name is outside. Now the challenging part about this chapter, it's very short, but the most challenging part is the battery life. So try to not use it whenever possible. You know there's a shed to the left. So just look for the light to navigate yourself to there. It's just to the left of the fountain. And then the maintenance shed is going to be exactly on the opposite side of the fountain. So again, don't use your light. You're going to need it in this chapter. To go through this door. And then there's really two things that can hurt you here. One is draining your entire battery. But two is Chris Walker is going to be pathing a couple of these areas. Now, in this nighttime darkness, it's not good. But have no fear. I have some strategies for you, so just we'll wait on that. Oh, what the hell? I'm going back down the ladder. So yeah, you're going to use your camera more in this chapter than any other chapter. Jump across. We need to jump up in front of us here. Shimmy along this edge. I'm going to turn off my my night vision. When you turn off night vision but you have your camera up, it's not draining your battery for some reason. I'm going to jump across and then make it to that lighted area up there, and we totally just whiffed that. We're running low on this battery. This is I think our first battery, so I mean, we didn't use much battery life. Yeah, there's gonna be some stairs in front of me, so I'm gonna turn this off because I know they're there. The loading screens in this game are annoying. There's far more in the PC version. Alright, here once you drop down, Chris Walker's in this area. Stay along the right edge here. And you're looking for this lighted area here. There's some pallets with some white propane tanks. You want to quickly navigate over to this area and climb up them. Again, when you drop down, as long as you stay along the outer right edge, Chris Walker will never see you. And if he does, just quickly jump up there. So, again, we're shimmying around. And then the last part where we can possibly die is right near the gazebo thing, where you need to go and crawl through the little hole. Now you can just sprint. There's the gazebo. You can just sprint and try to hope and pray you make it through the hole before he gets you, but that's a bad idea. So come over here. get him, and then I'm going to follow the gazebo around counterclockwise just to keep my navigation. Now he's behind us. We lured him away from the hole, and we're going to go quickly make it into the hole. And hopefully he doesn't grab you. But you put enough distance. If you do that counterclockwise path around the gazebo, you will have enough time to get through there. And that's it for the courtyard chapter. We are going into the female ward chapter, and everything was all rose petals up till now. This chapter is the one that I know personally that if I get through and I make it to this past this chapter, more specifically after the fuse part, I am going to have no problem because the rest of the game was real easy to me. But for some reason I have difficulty in the section ahead where you have to get the 3 fuses. And we'll get there in a second, and you'll see why. I did have a good run on it once before, and I could have edited that in, but, yeah, wanted to keep the integrity of this. Plus, it's going to show you how to, what to do when shit goes bad, because it's going to happen. Alright, so we're trying to find the key to the elevator, and it's near that fuse box. And when you come into this room, you're going to have an exit out the window to the in front of me here, which I'm going to do, and there's also an open door. This path takes you to one door, and each of the 3 rooms is going to be a key to the fuse box. So I'm going to open this and grab the key. Now when you do, there's going to be one roaming variant in this area, and he's very quick, very fast. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for him to path in the room. I'm going to get out, and I'm going to shut the door. This should give me time to go to the other 2 rooms, hopefully before he gets back there. There's also going to be a battery just to our right here. So make sure you pick that up. And in this room is going to be another fuse. There's again 1 fuse in each of the 3 rooms. Now I should have just sprinted to the other room. I had enough time, but I played it safe. I think playing safe kind of cost me, but I don't think it really mattered here. So we're going to go quickly get to this room. And that's our 3rd fuse. Now we just have to put the fuses in the fuse box. And here's kind of, I know he's coming. I know this dude's coming, but you have no freaking idea where he's at. I'm kind of just inching up. I can't run to that room because if I do, he's going to just hit the left D-pad button there. Again, actually the right D-pad, sorry. To zoom, you just hold up and down on the D-pad, which is why I keep accidentally hitting the document button there. There he is. Now that we know where he's at, I'm going to just try to lose him, lure him into this room, shut the door. Just kind of make sure he's coming first. There he is. And I'm going to hide in this locker. Now here's, I think, where I made my mistake. I should have let him path further away. I should have just waited a little longer. But he's going to come in the room. He's not going to find you in this locker. Or just waiting and praying he's not going to open this locker, but since I recorded this earlier, I know he's not. No, all alone. See, now he's going to start pathing away. And I think if I waited just another 30 seconds, I might have been better off. Now here's a tip for you. When you get to that damn document button, when you get to the fuse box and you put the fuses in, just do it right away and try to hit the button, then run. Don't stick up. There you see, there he was. I didn't let him path away long enough. If I let him do it for I think another 30 seconds, I think he would have been down that other hallway and I would have been free and clear. So we're running back. So again, I'm just showing this to you to let you know that, you know, things can go wrong. He finds me again. Now he's not going to kill you in one hit. So you got one hit. If he hits you a second time before you recover your health, you'll die. And at this point, I'm not going to lie, I'm panicking. And I should have gone out the other window. Should not have gone down this hallway. I think he would have lost me if I had gone out the window we came in. Let's see, he was right behind me. He's right in the room already. Now I can't go sprint out and shut the door again because he already broke down the door. So there's no more door to shut. So you're going to have to wait for him to path away completely. But I know, you know, in my heart that once I make it past this section here, the rest of the game is going to be easy for me. I'm just kind of hiding out here waiting. Give him more time. Not going to make that same mistake twice. Alright, time to put the fuses in. Now, spoilers, shit goes wrong again. He's back. And I can't see him, but I can hear the music. So I'm going to go. I jump out the window. You didn't see it, but I jumped out the window that we entered from. And he immediately stops following me. So yeah, you're putting the fuses in there. He'll hear that. I mean, he hears noises, I think, from a mile away. He's got dog ears or something. It looks like the coast is clear, but I'm going to quickly hurry up and finish this job here. Put in the last fuse, hit the button. Don't stay here and wait for that key to drop. Immediately hightail it out of there. Because even if you don't watch the key drop, trust me, it drops. So we're heading back down to the first floor. Watch out for this jump here. And we're heading back down to the first floor. And in the laundry room is going to be the key waiting for us in the dumbwaiter. And then after that, you're going to have to make it all the way back up to the third floor again. So quickly do this. As soon as you grab that key, quickly run, because this guy in the gate is going to come out in a second. So if you're quick, he won't be out. Watch again that jump. And this door right here. There is a couple other tricky parts in this chapter. The first is going to be in the you're going to open a door and there's going to be two guys in there. And you can lure them away and try to hide. But when you open that door, if you just run into the room, you can actually just run right past them, which you'll see momentarily. And then the next tricky part, I guess, is after you drop your camera and you have to go retrieve it. And once you retrieve it, you got you're being chased again. So, and the floor dropped on us. I knew that was coming too. And so if you can jump over it, if you're careful. I'm caught on something. There we go. Enter this room. There's another document on the back left corner, but again, we got that trophy already, so I don't need any more of those. So when you get to this hall, it's a square hallway, kind of circles around, but there's going to be doors here on the other side of the room. As soon as you open it, there's going to be two guys in there. As soon as you do, quickly run to the right side here and through the back door, and you'll get through there without a problem. And this is where we're going to lose our camcorder. As soon as we make this jump here. it goes. And of course, there's got to be a guy down there. Now, the secret to this is really just memorization. You're just going to have to know the path. Not necessarily the path going down, but the path coming back up. Now, you can, if you'd like. By the way, there's also a battery over to the right there. But if you need to practice, feel free to run to where you pick up your camera, and then just run back and keep doing it a couple times until you're familiar with the path. I do it completely without even turning on my camcorder. It was instinct. I've done this a few times, so it's more just, again, memory. Pay him no business. And it's going to be in this room right in front of us. And of course, as you know, you pick it up, you're going to see the two dudes just to the left. Three dudes. And they're chasing you, and they're quick. So make sure you got this path nailed down. If you do, you won't have any issue. If you don't, you can use your camcorder. Use the night vision, help you. But since I'm doing everything I can to preserve battery life, I'm not using it. As soon as you jump up here, you're going to be safe and in the clear. And we're going to move on to the next chapter called Return to the Administration Block. I think that's what it's called, right? I'm picking up that battery. Here's the thing, by the way. If you have full batteries, but one you currently have is not full, switch the battery and then pick up that battery. So we had the two spare batteries, and then our main one was low power. So make sure you reload and then pick up that battery. So we're rocking 3 solid batteries now, which is going to be more than enough for the rest of the game. You probably only need 1. So that's it for that chapter, yeah. And then here you can, after the floor starts to crumble, you can just leap over to the other side. However, I died there somehow once, and I vowed never to do it again. So I'm going to jump over on the top here and then drop down.
Only one way out. Only one
And meet
way.
this creepy dude.
How do you know you're not impatient?
So our first challenge in this chapter is going to be Chris Walker at the end of this hallway that we're going down right now. After you squeeze through here, you're going to see him on the other end. He's going to start breaking down doors. But if you just quickly sprint, there's going to be a door that's ajar on the left side. It's not that door or that door. It's the third one here. You'll see the light. Quickly just go in there and then jump up the ceiling vent. That's it. That's all you have to do. And there's nothing else on that first floor there. There is a collectible in the area, but it's down that right duct. You have to get up into this vent, and then there's a path to the right. So we're going to push him out of the way. And then the only other challenge, I guess, in this chapter is going to be Chris Walker once again at the very end of the chapter. So right now we're heading to the movie theater. I hope they're not playing Titanic. So shimmy across over to the other side once you pass these gates, drop down. And then we got Piano Man there. Again, if you haven't played this and this is your first walkthrough, I definitely recommend the normal walkthrough. You're really missing a lot of the experience on the speed run here. Because I know someone's going to say, well, this doesn't look so scary. Well, it's not when you're running through everything. So we're going to the manager's office up on the top floor, or the projector room, rather. path is going to be blocked, of course. We'll head back, and there will be a new door that is open for you that guy just walked out of. I do wonder where he goes. You never see him again.
Explain why the results could not be reproduced in the United States. I have my theories.
And there's the movie. Now, of course, when you enter this room, if you just record the movie with your camera, there's another. That's another note. There's 31 notes and 31 documents, so 62 total collectibles. But we're going after the lunatic trophy today. It is a gold trophy. It'll also be my final trophy in this game. This will give me 100%. PS4 trophies is, well, my PSN name is PS_4 trophies. We'll be the first to get the 100% in this game. So after getting that key, you just hide behind in the dark here next to this door, wait for that dude to burst in, and then you run out behind him. And then we're going to go up to the 3rd floor. And then we're going to go through the kitchen. And I think actually probably the best looking room in this game is the one behind this next door here. I just like this room. I just like the graphics and the lighting, and it's real beautiful. My first time there, I spent a good, 3-5 minutes just kind of looking around. That guy in there won't kill you. I don't think he does anything. All right, so we're going through the dorm rooms here. Got all those praying people, but we're just looking for this window to climb out. And climb in that window, and we're going to be towards the end of this chapter. You're going to have kind of like this whole little Westboro church thing going on. God hates sickness. God hates money. You got these two weird naked dudes. Kind of uncomfortable. Put some clothes on. We're going to go in here. We're going to grab the key. I'm going to edit this whole little cutscene out so we can just move on. There we go. That's the end of it. Head back, have the two naked dudes open the door for us. And then we're going to meet our buddy Chris Walker again. You can't just run past him on the insane difficulty because, again, one shot, he'll kill you. So the best strategy for this is after you drop down, he'll see you and start running after you. We'll go down this hall here to the right, and the first room is a bathroom. Hide behind the right stall here. And then you're just going to listen for Walker at this point. He's going to come into the bathroom. He's not going to see you. He's going to start knocking on other doors and breaking them down. And when he starts knocking on other doors, you can run out behind him and down the hall. Oh, we got lucky. He's on a far door. Usually he'll see you there, and he'll come sprinting after you. If that's the case, run into this room. Take your camcorder out. You don't want to get caught on something. Jump up that soda machine and into this vent. And most likely he is going to follow you. You may get lucky like I just did, and he won't. But that's it for this this chapter. We're going to move on to the final chapter, the underground lab. The underground lab is actually a fairly easy chapter. There's only one thing you need to know how to do, and that's how to run and jump. There's actually one jump you have to make that you can possibly die on. And in my opinion, that was my biggest fear. Heading into this, I wasn't really worried about the ghost thing chasing me. It was that jump. And of course, once you psyched yourself out on that, you kept thinking about it. So by the time I get to that point, I'm nervous as fuck, but... So here we go. The underground lab. Now, if you've read all the documents and gotten all the notes, you're pretty familiar with the story and what's going on here. This kind of wraps things up. There's a note and document in that room. So we're going to make it through the next set of doors. There's nothing to kill us here. Yeah, there's very few things that'll kill you in this chapter. No, really just one thing. And we'll take this all the way to the end. As soon as you turn the corner over here, you're going to activate the alarm. As soon as it goes off, turn back around and head the way you came. You press the R2 button and it'll look behind you while running. There's nothing behind us there. And look, our big friend again. Big, ugly, smelly. I think we determined he was smelly. And looks like we got the Battle of the Ages here. No one is more happy to see the conclusion of this than I was. Walker killed me enough times. It was kind of sweet justice there for us. But more importantly, it allows us to go and continue on. And you're going to go in and you're going to talk to this dude. And I'm going to cut this because this is another scene that goes on for a couple minutes longer than it needs to. So after he's done talking, the door is going to open back out of this room. Hopefully. And once it does, we're going to take a left. And we're going to find Billy. So just run down this hall. Now, you're going to have the wall rider here is going to pop out of this room. But if you just keep running, you just keep opening doors and you just keep that L1 button held down to sprint. As long as you know where you're going, he's not going to catch you. Don't let the game think otherwise. Getting this decontamination chamber. There he is, waiting. Wave hello. So moving on. Here we're entering the final area of the game. And that gold trophy for completing Insane is in our grasp. I can feel it. And we'll again have 100% of the trophies, first worldwide. So I'm patting myself on the back. So that's where we need to go in here. The life support area. There's nothing to worry about until after you shut down the life support. And you do that up on the little second floor catwalk. Now once you've turned this valve, it seems like that's all we've done in this game, by the way. I'm just turning valves and pushing buttons. But once you've turned this valve that it very clearly says do not turn, after this, you're going to be chased. So you're going to have to sprint. I tried jumping down there, it didn't work. So from this point on, until you get to the far other side by the electrical box, do not let go of that sprint button. Just hold it down and keep moving. As long as you do that, you'll be fine. Now remember, you can't shut doors. Squeezing through little gaps are not going to slow down your pursuer because it's a ghost. It can go through those things. So we're going to the other side here, and there's going to be a lot of stair climbing. You're going to get your exercise here. So we're heading the other way. Here's the 73 flights of stairs you got to climb. And I apologize if you get dizzy or nauseous. My apologies. It just seems like this goes on way too long. And at the top of this, after they made me all dizzy, is where you need to make that jump. Maybe that's why I missed the jump that one time because I was dizzy. So jump across there. Again, that was the only thing that was going to kill me in this chapter. I knew that going into this. Again, you can practice on nightmare difficulty using the checkpoints and using save points. So before you attempt your insane run, make sure you're kind of familiar with the obstacles in the different sections that you're going to have the most difficult time with. You don't want to practice doing insane. You don't want to get to spend 45 minutes to get into a part and die, and spend another 45 minutes to get back there again. So I don't recommend doing that. So practice on the nightmare difficulty before attempting insane difficulty. Now all we need to do is just make it back to the beginning. Here's my favorite little jump. But you can't make it, so don't worry too much about that one. And you're not going to die here. This is scripted, part of the story. As soon as you're able to get up, just run. And all you need to do is hit a button. As long as I can hit that button, I'm going to get the trophy. And then the trophy will actually pop during the credits. So hit that. That's it. That's all you need to do. There's nothing else that can kill you. You're going to have this little tangle with this thing again. But you won't die. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you are a fan of PS4 trophies, I encourage you to invite me as a PSN friend. I think I got 1,000 going on right now. And if you want to send me a friend invite, it is PS_4 trophies. And I'll accept your friend invite. You guys have been awesome. You've been sending me a lot of messages. I've been trying to reply as many as I can. Probably 300 or 400 in just the last few days alone due to me playing Outlast early, because I did get a review copy. Red Barrels was nice enough to give me this game. I do have a review of the game on my channel, as well as a guide for all the collectibles as well. So make sure you've got check that out. Anything Outlast related, I have a regular normal playthrough, walkthrough. So if for the people who are not familiar with this game, that's probably of course at this point it's a little late to tell you that, but other than that, yeah, that's it, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. We're just going to crawl here to the end. And this is painful, by the way, after you've done this game a couple times. You're just like, come on already. And as soon as you cross the finish line over there, we're going to get the trophy. And we're going to get our 100%. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and I'm assuming you are already subscribed. But if not, do that. And until next time, happy trophy hunting.
You have become the host.